You really are. You're very special. You're very, very special. Not everybody is making this kind of effort. And you are sort of missionaries. And actually, when Julia asked me to do this, you know, and other people asked me to do similar sorts of things, I would say I'm on a mission. And really, I am like one of the other authors that Ozark Mountain has published, Aaron Abramson. I was just going about my business as a teacher, language teacher, foreign languages like English and French and Spanish, you know. And I did do some writing. As an English teacher, I taught writing. I liked to write, but I didn't ever really imagine that I would produce this book. About the time that when I retired, then I started putting together some essays, and I would confess, and as it says in my biography and all, I have really been studying this for a long time, but I didn't really pay that much attention to it, and I didn't really try to put it together. But I wanted to write some essays for my friends who also had retired and who were experiencing prostrate problems, first chakra problems. And I wanted to give them some idea that just because they had retired, that didn't mean that their life was over, you know, that they still had a big job in the world, that they had all kinds of other things that they needed to do. And that I wanted to talk about all of the things that they were doing just to be here. All the things they were doing just to be here, okay? Creating their world, creating a world, using their spiritual powers to make a life for all of them, all of those around them. I wanted to talk about what I had been learning about what, you know, is phenomenological things. People come up and say, "Oh, so you wrote a book, huh?" And I'll say, "Well, yeah, I did. I had a lot of help." And at this point, I will say that I'm very grateful to all of those from the other side, from beyond the veil, that helped me make this book, helped me put this together. We had long, hard discussions about this. Sometimes I flat out refused to say what they wanted me to say. But they finally they'd argue with me, or they discuss things with me, and finally I would go along with it, and I'd write that, and then they'd give me something else that I refused to say. And so it went. It was a conflict with the reality of the spiritual world versus classical education. So anyway, people will say, "So what's your book about?" And if my wife's standing anywhere around, she says, "Phenomenology." Yeah, you know, can you imagine? And of course, everybody immediately knew what that was. You know? God, most people can't say phenomenology, you know? So anyway, but in fact, that really was what I was working with.